So that's where we came from.
Into the caves again, and now it was just me, alone in these cold, barren halls of ice. But Fred had been here, and now I could feel it. I was getting close. Something wasn't right. The grapple device's energy beam was somehow reflected off of the ice, and I couldn't get a grip. I had to look for areas where the ice was not so thick. This was going to be a challenge.
Alright, so coming up right here, this is one of my favorite parts of the whole entire game. It's not just like fun, it's just like it's really interesting to me, like this whole idea. So essentially what I do is I do a big jump. I get 1, 2, and I try and land here. That's not the way I want it to go. Okay, we'll just stop right here. I go on the left sometimes I go on the right. It's just whatever works. Oh, what the fuck? And then you also have this, keep in mind, so it's not the end of the world if you do fuck up. You can usually find a spot to kind of land. Usually going on the right is fastest, to be honest. I just didn't go that way. Alright, so you land. Kind of look around and stuff, you know, do your thing. Oh, I hear a little goodie somewhere around here. Okay, game, can you not? Okay, I heard a beeping. I know I did. Is it down here? Yup. They hide these things very well. Oh-ho, there it is. Earned a new unlockable. Alright, so essentially, you hit this and now all of the things fall.
I suddenly felt the earth starting to move beneath my feet, and my mind wandered back to how the strays might have used the crystals as a source of power to keep their cities afloat. I decided it was best to hurry back the way I came before this whole room came apart.
So yeah, you're kind of on a race for... Not exactly a race. I mean, you have a lot of time. You can basically just go, you know, however long it takes you, but it is always best to just sort of go. Come on. Yes. Okay. I could probably just make it back, to be honest. Yeah, and then I can just grapple on that. Here we go. It's one of the more difficult parts of the game, I'll say that. But it's fun. I like it. So anyways, we go back this way and you can see that these kind of fall down and some stuff happens. And as you can see, you know, have a little spot.
Reflected the grapple beam, but as they did, they seemed to recharge the grappling device.
Right, so essentially if you go over here and you, this is sort of the introduction. It's a little more complicated now. You actually have to start taking the crystals. So it comes, like I said, a little more complicated, but I like it. I like the change. I don't remember if there's anything down here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there is something here.
Those floating stones, what were they?
I'm not sure. If only Maddie had come with me, maybe she could have translated the scripture on them.
But Dad, didn't you learn some of their letters?
Well, I had realized that each one of their letters represented one of ours. Maybe I could remember the writings that Maddie read to me in the chasms.
I honestly don't remember it all. It says something. That's all I know. But anyways, let's keep trekking on here. So this is the last level. For anyone wondering. So it does go by pretty quickly. When you know what you're doing, sadly, it's only about like an hour and a half if you really take your time. If you just go, you just kind of play through normally. Not like speed run it, but, you know, just kind of play through like a speed that, you know how to go and you're comfortable with. Then at that point, you know, maybe like an hour at most. Which, you know, kind of sad. It's kind of sad it doesn't last longer. Now here I have a little trick. I don't think it's going to work this go around. I think I'm going to have to fall all the way down, but yeah. Let's just restart. But there's this cool little trick. That part took me a while to figure out like how to do because it was just so confusing the way it was set up and everything. So I was like, okay, I don't know how the hell to do this. I'm just going to figure it out. And I figured out this cool way of doing it. So you go once. I did fuck it up the first time. You go up there, and then you hit this one, and you get thrusted forward. You can actually land on this, and then you just go right up. So that's how I do it. Just works for me. But yeah. So I don't know. I think the ice cave is cool. It's not one of my favorites, but I forgot to mention earlier when he actually said it. Like the character said, "Oh, this time I was all alone," and that was like what I was saying earlier. When he was in the chasms, he was like, "Oh, thank God I have someone with me here," and now he doesn't. So it's that like extreme sense of loneliness. I don't know. I thought it was that cool little thing. They actually like picked up with it. One fucking jump. I need the rocket boost. See, now some of the platforming in this level I don't like at all. I think it's flawed, like majorly. Not to say it's bad, because I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's good. It's just not like amazing. And I stop here. Well, you have to stop there. So, not being able to grapple on everything you see does make it difficult. Oh, you fucking kidding? Oh, no, never mind. We can just do that. I was gonna say, like, I never messed this part up. Let's make sure I don't hear any little beeps. Because I have not been checking. Okay, so here I just sort of go on the edge. Oh, bitch, come on. I'm just gonna redo that. That's bullshit. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. That was very strange. Usually, you could just grapple right on. That's so weird. Oh well, I don't know why it's doing that, and I'm just not doing it right for some stupid-ass reason. I hate it when I start fucking this up, because I've done it literally, like, billions of times. Not actually, obviously, but I've done it enough times to know exactly what to do, and it pisses me off when I just, like, when it just doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I did. Those are the two ways I always do it, and I don't understand why it's not working. Regardless, we made it. This jump, the first time I did it, was really just like pissing me off. I had no clue why I wasn't making it. And I figured it out eventually. It was just because I wasn't holding on to this long enough. And when you land...
I landed hard.
There it is.
And felt the impact vibrate through my body. The suit had protected me, but it was in bad shape. The rocket boots were worst off. The crash had ruined the functionality completely. I knew that if I stayed here to fix them, I would probably freeze to death. I had no other choice than to press on.
So we do not have the rocket boots, as you can see. So that kind of makes you realize, like, oh shit, now I gotta do it without them. You're not used to that, but it's not too bad. Pretty simple. You just kind of do some big jumps, work your way up to the top. I think the main thing I don't like about this level, kind of makes it feel empty, is like just complete lack of music. Like there is none through like the entire thing, and I don't understand why. I feel like there should be something, you know? Some sort of music would have made a big difference. But whatever. They just kind of left it out. Okay, or just don't grapple on. Sometimes the window of actually being able to, like, you know, your like time frame for these is not very high at all. Alright. We got one more section of that now. And I think there's actually, yeah, here we go.
How could Fred leave stuff behind everywhere? How much was he carrying?
As I remember it, Fred wasn't that good at keeping track of all his things, like you.
Hey, it's not like you're any better.
Sorry. Anyway, Fred counted on losing a few things on each of his journeys. He always brought more stuff than he needed. For a paddling trip we had, he brought so many life jackets, we could barely fit ourselves in the canoes.
Isn't it hard to lose track of a life jacket if you're wearing it?
Good point. Guess he didn't really think of that.
The enthusiasm doesn't really work. I'll be completely honest. Alright. Most of the voice acting is okay, like from his point. Okay, or just double do it. It's not what I wanted, but no, I mean overall, like it's not bad. I like how he says things usually. I like how his voice is sort of like, you know, it's low, and he just kind of like, he is telling it like a story, but okay, or just completely fuck yourself up. Thank you. I hate that shit so much. It's a little thing over here. Another unlockable. Damn. Getting all those unlockables here.
One of Fred's campsite, noticeably newer than the others. The fire was still smoldering, and I could faintly pick up the smell of the aftershave he always used. I was closing in on him. I could feel it. He had left some tools behind that I could use to repair my boots. That should do it. Good as new.
So we now have the boots sort of figured out. So we are drawing close to the end. Not terribly close, but you know, sort of close. I won't say when we're like, you know, I won't be like, oh, we're getting close. I won't be like that. But we don't have much left. Don't go too far, asshole, please. Okay. Alright, so here, this is what I do. I go up on this, and then I stop right here. Makes it much easier. I jump. Kind of have to time that well. It's not easy. But we got our boots back, so that's a thing. Now here, it's an interesting part. You actually have to use these. I was trying to figure it out for a very long time. Couldn't quite figure it out. First couple times I did it, but alright, the first couple times I attempted to figure it out, I just couldn't. But then I eventually figured it out. I was like, oh shit, you gotta do this. It's sort of like one of those moments. Oh, don't do that, Adam, you stupid fucker. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it how they give you no checkpoints. Make you like replay the whole fucking thing over again. Right here. They should have put one right here, and I have absolutely no idea why. I don't know. It's not very smart. I think we can all agree of that, but regardless, I don't understand why this fall doesn't break the boots, but the other one does. Anyway. So I'm going to be a little more careful this time, since, you know, they don't give you any checkpoints. You can grab a hold of that little red spot there. Alright. So now this part is where it starts getting a little more difficult. I like it. You sort of have to take on the roof here and keep getting crystals as you go. You don't have to get them as often as I am, but also you don't go fucking vertically like my head ass is doing. Alright. So this is a pretty fast-paced part. This is, I think, the hardest part of the game for like first-time playthrough. It's not easy at all. You don't know what's happening, like you don't know what you're, what's sort of waiting for you, so you kind of have to just improvise as you go, and then you figure out, okay, that doesn't work, or this does work, It's one of those situations. And you gotta make sure to grab those crystals. You do have your rocket, but you don't have to use it there.
I've come this way alone too. I took some comfort in knowing that whatever problems I face now, Fred would have faced them too, and beaten them. If he could do it, I could do it too.
Yeah, empowerment. Okay, anyway. So here you can actually do a cool little thing. You don't even have to land, you can just go. Okay, maybe you do have to land because he smashes his face on the ceiling, but if you don't smash your face on the ceiling, then you're able to do it. It's not even a ceiling, it's just a just a fucking rock. I've done that way too many times. Oh, you son of a... Oh, shit. Okay, it glitched out, and it gave me another one. It, like, rewarded me. It was like, okay, I understand. That was pretty bullshitty of us. Let's fix you. Alright. Again? Are you fucking serious? Stop hitting your head, guy. Not helping anybody. Alright, and then the final one here. For like, I think this is like a really cool part. It's hard to get started because you have to make this really shitty jump. It's very obnoxious, but you get started and then it's just you go for it. You gotta make sure you get the crystals, and it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it is very fun. Just sort of soar through it and just sort of non-stop, but it is very difficult. And just like that. That's all there is to it. So you can't grapple onto this. That's why I'm not grappling, but as you go, it gets brighter and brighter.
It was dark all around me, but there was a light at the end of the tunnel.
You can hit all these crystals if you want. So if you go and you go and you go, eventually get to this point. Oh my, who do we have here? Could probably guess.
Hello? Nephew?
Uncle Fred, I finally found him.
My little boy. I'm glad to see you. And you're wearing the suit I made you. But how can you be here?
I said that I found the suit in his workshop and that I came looking for him.
See that? He's wearing
I've
the...
been away for so long.
Actually, I don't know what he's wearing.
I've been busy down here, you see. The frog people. That was an experiment of mine. Do you remember the eggs I found before? I sent them here by accident.
Jesus Christ, that's cool.
By the time I got here, they were already growing. These caves were empty before, but my experiment has made them full of life. I've conducted research on them and documented everything about them. And I built a new crystal-powered pad to be able to get back to my colleagues, show them how fantastic this all is.
I interrupted Fred and told him about Maddie, how we came all the way to Starhaven together, and that I had promised to ask him if he would go see her there.
Madeline. My little Maddie. I should have taken her to see Starhaven long ago. She was always so curious about the strays. I left her. I wanted to protect her. Or rather, protect myself from losing her. I've changed my mind. I'm not going home. What does research or praise matter when I can be here with these creatures? They need me. And it's just as well. I don't trust this pad for more than one ride anyway. You need that ride.
I didn't want to go home, and I asked if I could stay with him and Maddie instead.
I'm sorry, nephew. As much as I enjoy having you here, you must go home. Explore the world on your own. Have your own adventures.
I reluctantly agreed to go home. I was going to miss my uncle.
I will miss you too. But I'm sure you'll do phenomenal on your own. And don't worry about me or Maddie. We'll be fine. The pad is yours, boy. When you're ready.
So, I think it's a little brief for the most part. It's alright. You know, you get to meet the uncle and it happens. So you get to kind of chill here. Do your thing for as long as you want, but in the end, you stand there and lift off. Look at that. Look at that place. Isn't that freaking sick? But that's the end. That's the end of the game. That's all they give you. And, it's a good game. I think it's one of the, like, the better games I've ever played. So there's everyone there. So the narrator, they don't give you a name. This same guy, see, he did Uncle Fred, Samuel, and the Sailor. He did 3 characters. But yeah, so that's basically the game. Yeah, I really liked it, and I could play this game a billion times, to be honest. It's really fun. Look how many testers they add. Holy shit. Got a bunch of translation and stuff. But yeah, it's an awesome game. And I hope you guys enjoyed my little playthrough. it's not long, so I just figured I'd do a little quick one. And so not next week, the week after, we'll start up the, you know, the longer Let's Play. And of course, you. I feel touched. Even though I bought this game when it was $2 and not $15. But anyways, that's the game.
The end. Now, good night, sweetie.
Wait, Dad. Does that mean Fred is still there?
Who knows? That was the last time I saw him.
Don't you miss him?
I do, sometimes. But I don't worry about him, because I know that wherever he is, he's on his biggest adventure yet.
Or is it the end? Let's play a little bit more.
Dear Fred, today I step into the lobby of your house for the last time. My daughter asked me to tell her about an adventure, and I came to think of you. Your house looks just like my mother and I left it years ago. After you'd gone, I was sure she was going to throw out all your stuff, but she just cleaned up. We made you a small memorial. For a while, I came here every day, just like I used to. Sometimes, I could even faintly hear your voice, calling from the observatory, asking me to get you this tool or that. I never told my mother about that day. I don't think she would have believed me. Can I believe it? After all these years. Uncle Fred, thanks to you, I have found an even greater adventure. Thank you. Love, your nephew.
And so I was going to end it there. I think it would have been the perfect spot to end it, but we got extras. You go into extras, you get time trial, that's fun. You get some stuff, you get the level select. Unlockables, get some cool stuff here. You can turn on goat mode. It's made by the same people who made that, I think. And so 15 out of 25, still don't have many of them, but I'll get there. So with that being said, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. 2 weeks we'll actually do the full-on Let's Play. I think you guys will like it. It's been a while since I've done something like that, what that game will be. But I think it's time we finally do it. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like if you liked it, dislike if you think it sucked. Go pick up this game on Steam, guys. It's really worth your time. It's not long. If you see it on sale or something, definitely pick it up. I've seen it go as low as like $2.50 or something like that. That's what I got it for. I got it for like $2.60. So pick it up if you want. Yeah, with that being said, leave your comments if you want, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.